Good afternoon, everyone. This is Caesar with Inspire Movement. Hope you're having a lovely start to your work week. Today we're continuing with our segment entitled Word of the Day, and we're looking at the word awareness. So awareness by definition is the state of being conscious of something. Now, why is it so important to be aware, to have awareness, or to practice self-awareness? Because as you become more aware, you garner insight into what your long-held beliefs are. What is your internal programming? What are those things that you hold to be dear? That's very informative because as you garner more knowledge as to what your beliefs are, you can determine whether they are health conducive or possibly toxic and damaging. And with knowledge, I always say, have power to implement change. So that's why it's so important. How can you become more self-aware and practice more self-awareness? By doing things like practicing mindfulness, by doing things like meditation, doing things like the yoga practice, by doing something called psychometric tests, by garnering insight from folks at the workplace as well as at home, by writing down what your plans are for your future as well as your top priorities. All of these things can help you garner some form of awareness as to what your internal programming is and what are your long-held beliefs. So for me, as I try to connect with the word awareness, it's been very critical for me in my life to become more self-aware. I'm one of those people that for a very long time was very much stuck in what I call ego, or this construct of who I am supposed to be in the world based on my beliefs. And as I've become more aware and practiced more meditation, more mindfulness, what I've realized is a lot of my long-held beliefs have been toxic in nature and have been self-defeating. So I've been holding on to limiting beliefs, which by their very nature keep me stuck in a kind of a state where I can't really transcend into something better. So by me practicing things like mindfulness and meditation and going into the yoga practice, I have been able to kind of hone in on what are my thoughts and then identify what my belief system is. And again, going back to the premise that knowledge is power, as you garner more insight into what is the internal programming and dialogue that you've been holding on to for so long, and how can I maybe tune in the thoughts that I feel are conducive to better optimal health, and maybe start tuning out those long-held beliefs that are not so incredibly powerful. I think what I've experienced is certainly like a life-changing type of situation by just becoming more aware as to what my thoughts are and what my internal programming actually is. So this is very powerful stuff. I always say, try to play kind of the observer to that internal dialogue in your head. And without judgment, just try to listen to what the thoughts are that are running through your head. What is the mind chatter? And as you do that and you create that sense of self-awareness, that awareness of thought, you can start tuning in thoughts that you like and tuning out thoughts that you don't. Just put that into practice and I promise you, it'll be very insightful. You'll garner that self-knowledge and you'll be able to discern which way you want to proceed going further and which things about you need to change. You know, what thoughts you need to start kind of devaluing and giving lesser value to. Hopefully these thoughts and insights and reflections are of use to you. It's always done with a lot of love and respect. If there's any word that you would like us to consider, please tune to us at our social media platform or at inspireamovement.com. Know that we do this from the best place within our hearts for you. Everything that we do is ultimately to serve you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful remainder of the week.